Nestled between the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea, the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis epitomizes the quintessential island paradise. Though small enough to explore in a day, this two-island state offers endless opportunities for adventure. It features mist-cloaked mountains, stunning black and white sand beaches, and a burgeoning population of vervet monkeys, charming to tourists, but often a nuisance to local farmers. In the past decade, St. Kitts and Nevis has shifted its economy from traditional sugar production to a vibrant tourism sector. Today, both islands are recognized globally, attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors annually from the United States, Europe, and Asia. Meet Kelly Fontenelle, the woman leading the charge in promoting and boosting the tourism sector in St. Kitts.
I have been in tourism since I left high school. So I've been in tourism. I actually did, in St. Lucia, we had what we call a hotel catering school, like tourism. Okay. And I started there, and I actually did my internship at the tourist board at the time. So after I graduated from college, before I moved to the US, I worked in St. Lucia at the tourist board for a couple of years, I think about 5 or 6 years. Then moved to Miami, went to Florida International to do hospitality. And because I was on scholarship from the government, I had to do, I was seconded to give them back, the time. Yeah. And then I moved to New York, worked with the office in New York. And then we were working with Delta at the time, trying to get the service from Atlanta. So I was transferred to Atlanta and helped with that and, manage the St. Lucia office in Atlanta to promote St. Lucia in the southern region. So I think I've been in tourism for all of my adult life. In between that, I was the travel agent for a minute while I was at school. And I worked with Air Jamaica Vacations.
Among the many reasons she's still a key player in the tourism sector today, she explained, is the almost ceaseless opportunities to prove to global audiences that there's more to Caribbean destination than sun, sea, and sand.
I think almost reinventing travel, you could be so creative. You could do so many things in so many different ways. So I have always done destination marketing, working with St. Lucia. And when I left St. Lucia, I was able to do a little bit with the public sector. I worked with a couple of hotels. And then I also started a group called Travel Advisors Selling the Caribbean. And I was literally educating them on how to sell the Caribbean, because most travel agents sell the sea of sameness, the sand, the sea, the blue waters. But, we have so much in the Caribbean, that the culture, the history, and although there are so many islands, we different but the same. I always say, let's think about saltfish. When you think about saltfish you think about the Caribbean, but every single island that uses saltfish as a national dish or dish, it's prepared differently. So you can go to St. Lucia and have saltfish one way, you go to Antigua, have saltfish another way. Come to St. Kitts, the saltfish is prepared totally different, So we kind of different, but we are kind of the same at the same time. But when it comes to learning about the Caribbean so that travel agents could sell it more effectively, it's to show them how much that we have, not just the beach. We have a lot more.
She noted that a stronger education thrust is needed so prospective visitors will know about the region and what's available here.
Only a few of the islands were popular, so people just knew just one or two destinations. They thought that was the Caribbean, and they didn't go very further south with the smaller islands and what we have there. So they knew the most popular destinations, and they knew just the sand and just the beach part. But when you educate them and teach them the destination, another thing you find that more hotels were sold before the destination. But when you teach them how to sell the destination, the hotel has to come by because you have to find a place to stay. So they saw it in a different way, like they learn about the destinations. And when they learn about the destination, they learn about so much to do on those destinations. They learn about the food, the culture, the history. And that also helped the clients to get out of the hotel, go beyond the resorts, and do a lot more in the destination.
Fontenelle told ZIZ News that there are still many people who assume all Caribbean accents are Jamaican.
Like for me, I'm from St. Lucia originally, and when I first started, they were like, what part of Jamaica is that? So it was about educating that we are more than one destination in the Caribbean. Whenever they hear Caribbean accent, you hear, Jamaica is the most known Caribbean destination when it comes to visitors.
Yeah.
And Trinidad is known for its carnival, but when it comes to actual, it's Jamaica, the DR, Mexico, those are the most popular ones. So those are the ones that sold. So once you hear an accent, you think that automatically. If it's not Spanish, it's Jamaica. And again, I think it goes back to educating the consumer, letting them know that just like the US have different states, and every state the accent is different.
Asked to share one of her career highlights, Fontenelle spoke about the formation of the Travel Advisors Group, which she leads.
I think one of the things for me, which is most recent, is starting my Travel Advisors Group.
Yeah.
I think that was a key thing for me, and it really resonated with our travel industry friends, especially during COVID. During COVID, I was literally the lifeline for a lot of travel agents because I did things differently. I provided information that nobody else wanted to. And at the end of the day, when it comes to travel agents or travel advisors, you let them know what's going on.
Yeah.
And they decide if they want to use it or not, but giving them the information is key. So some of them were stuck because they were not getting the information from where it was supposed to be. So I was listening to every press conference, every government briefing, and I was just collecting data for them and providing them. One of the things I did that really made them realize, like, this girl is serious, is when the COVID, the entry forms for every single destination was different. So I literally prepared an Excel sheet on every island or every destination and what the restrictions were,
wow,
what did you need to do. So they used that as the passport to sell the destination. So I think that was one of the highlights for me in my career as recent.
With her many years of experience and proven track record of success in the tourism sector, Kelly Fontenelle could quite possibly work anywhere. So why St. Kitts?
I came to St. Kitts, my very first time to St. Kitts was, I think it was 2015. Okay. I came, I was going through an illness and I came here to have, to recuperate and stuff. And I always remember, I saw butterflies and I'm like, I haven't seen butterflies in such a long time. You go to a museum or a butterfly field and it just showed me that like renewed life. But one of the things that really attracted me, like the island was so pristine, it was like a hidden gem. And I'm like, this is a beautiful island. There is just so much to offer. And I was here for like a weekend. I remember going to the kitchen, Belmont, and for a brunch. And oh my gosh, the food was good. And I always felt that St. Kitts is one of the islands with some of the best food. And I always said to myself that they really have to look into the culinary market to promote, the food on this destination. And here I am. And I actually came back in 2022. I brought a group of travel agents on my own to learn about the destination. We were here for like 8 days. It was right after COVID, and when St. Kitts finally opened its doors, right after COVID, 2022, I brought a group of travel agents, and they had never been, they didn't know about it, so they came to learn, and nice to know that they've been selling it actually from that trip. So that was the second time. But yeah, so it started in 2015, it started, and I fell in love with this island, and I came back, and it was not even planned. It was not something that I planned to go out there and look for. It wasn't planned. It just happened, and I applied, and that was it. St. Kitts is like, one of the goals is to have St. Kitts as an all-year-round destination. St. Kitts is being on cruise, and we start, but it's every single day is, it should be an all-year-round destination. So that's one of the things. The other thing, and we just implemented it, was we had a SKY program, SKY, St. Kitts Your Way, for travel agents. So we invited them to the island. We got discounted hotel rates from the resorts on the island, from attractions, so they could come on their own and experience the island, because that's one of the things that not many travel agents are aware of St. Kitts, because some travel agents would go to the more popular destinations where it's all inclusive, it's easy to sell, and St. Kitts is a little bit different. So we have to educate those travel agents about the destination. So one of the we just implemented in August was come visit the island on your own, but we'll facilitate once you arrive here. We'll take you around to see the other properties. We'll provide you with an island tour to see to the destination. So you have your own personal farm trip, so you could increase your knowledge about the destination and go back to your source market and promote it for us.
She even expounded on plans to cater to the specific needs of eco-conscious travelers.
We already have the product. We have the product already. The destination is pristine, and by the end of the year, we are supposed to be, single-use plastic by the end of the year. But we also incorporate that in our promotions that we do to promote the destination as sustainable. Some of the hotels, so far we have Sunset Reef is one of the hotels who's all green. Some of the other resorts will be going that way to see how they can become green globe destination, green globe hotels. And for us, we'll be collaborating with eco-friendly organizations as well to promote the destination as a sustainable tourism destination.
The rise of digital media and influencer marketing has caused a shift in the way entities market their products, and the tourism sector is no exception. The St. Kitts Tourism CEO said instead of being daunted by the increasing prevalence of digital platforms, they embrace it.
It has, because we've been doing a lot more digital advertising to meet demands. We also have been collaborating with a lot of influencers to have them out there to show, to experience the destination and in their eyes, and then have the followers come back to the destination. So we have, this is the way to go, especially if we're going to go to sustainable way. This is one of the ways that we have to go.
Okay. The tourism CEO also explained that while their major source markets include Europe, Asia, North America, there is a thrust to also target Caribbean travelers.
So far, when you look at the numbers, the arrivals who come to St. Kitts, it's like between 45, 49, that's the age range. Mm-hmm. But we've noticed a younger crowd coming to the island, and I know they come for events, they come for the, when they see it on Instagram. So yeah, so we definitely see a younger crowd coming to St. Kitts, and to date, we do not have a TikTok account as one of our social media platforms, but we have found out that a lot of Americans are going to TikTok. TikTok is now one of the biggest search engines to go on to see what's there. So we do not, if you go and search now, you'll see St. Kitts, but we don't have an account. That's one of the things we look into, because it's a market by itself. So and that's where most of the younger travelers are. They're looking for things to do. So we definitely are seeing an increase in the younger market coming to the island. They come for events, but they do come. The younger market, that's where they're coming from, the Caribbean. Okay. So the Caribbean, our source markets are North America, UK, and the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. So having increased early from the Caribbean it matters to us. So that market, they come for events, but we want to try. They come for events. The events are there, but they also come for R&R. Because you, as a Caribbean person, want to go onto the island and just to relax as well, to do something different. So the Caribbean is a really important market for us.
Citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis are also factored in the well-laid plans of the Department of Tourism. The CEO highlighted campaigns meant to encourage locals to enjoy local attractions while living like a tourist at home.
Definitely. Actually, we have a program, a staycation program we're actually working on now. It's called SEE, See and Experience. So it's for the local market, having them to go out there and experience your destination. So we'll be launching that soon for us as a staycation. It should be out already, but as a staycation too, because in fact, especially during the shoulder period, the local market should help the resorts as well, and they are there, so it will be a discounted, for the local market. So why not utilize it and experience what the visitors do? So definitely, this is for us. This is one way that we'll be promoting. You're not going to be filling the planes, but definitely the hotels will see an impact when we promote staycations on the island.
She had this message for people who are yet to visit the island and those long overdue for a return visit.
It's a pristine island with so much to do, and when you think about St. Kitts, we've been talking about experiential travel, but for me it's the food. I think St. Kitts has an opportunity, well, we have an opportunity to promote as we can become the culinary capital of the Caribbean because we have, I haven't had a bad meal since I've been here.
Okay.
I haven't, and I have had Indian, and I have had the goat water and the cook up, just like a pilau, yeah, like a pilau. And the different soups, and one of the things I learned that Kittians eat the most pork. I think the most pork in the entire world.
Meat in general, I think.
Meat, yes, yes. So yes, so the island has so much to offer. Even the diving, I saw we had Paddy here a couple of weeks ago, and they did some work, and the diving is just amazing. And you will not see St. Kitts, you'll not think about St. Kitts as a dive destination, but there's beautiful diving, and if you are into diving, we have great product for that. But for me is the people. It's like I have felt so much at home. Like when everybody, I love it here because the people make the difference.
Dion Batiste Clark reporting for Zeliza News.